Hey, good morning, guys. Aaron here with Johnny's Automotive. Just wanted to show you something in Protractor, a little bit of confusion on when we have extra materials that need to be added into a ticket. This happens to be dealing with the MOA or some of the different BG products that we're really just adding a material. If there's not an op already built, there's not really any labor, extra labor charges or anything involved. So like something like the MOA that's just a pour in, we just have to add the material to a ticket. So let me go ahead and share screen here with you real quick, and we'll get our video panel going and get our other little panel going here. Hide those controls. Okay. So let me bring this over here to Protractor. So this is just any ticket. It doesn't matter what ticket you're in. You want to try to add it to something that kind of makes sense if you're dealing with the MOA. I mean, if depending on what you're dealing with, but we want to just put it because you're just adding a material. You got to have a line for it. So it doesn't really make sense in this particular job to where am I going to add it on the clutch or the pressure plate. But we're doing a coolant fluid service, so that would be my best choice if for nothing else. So if we hover over our coolant line, then we right click. Now this lets us add a material line. Now, when it comes up to adding a material, and again, this applies to everything. We're using MOA as an example, but any kind of material that might be something that we put in the system and then we have to add, or even when you have to update other materials. So now we're going to go over to the green folder. That's our inventory search. Now, once we get in here, we have a couple different things that we have to do. One thing to try to make sure you should have this show out of stock. So if something doesn't have any inventory, then it'll also come up for that. But if that's not highlighted, um, obviously, if you don't have inventory in the system and you're trying to search an inventory item, then it might not come up for you. I have the show out of stock button clicked, so we can see here now on the part number. We know it's going to be a BG listed item, so we can put in BG and do a search that way. We see here the MOA comes right up for us at this store. This is Haines City. We don't have any on hand, nothing in stock, but it's still coming up because the show out of stock is clicked. So you can simple start there. You try to hit on what it might be listed under. If you go over to description, we could put in MOA. Going to come up there as well, same difference. So now once you find the item you're wanting to put in, you double click it, brings it up, has all the information here, pricing, puts all that in. We say okay. Now we see it's added it to our ticket. Now, just keep in mind, if you have inventory in the system, then your one unit would be black and it would be have accepted it as the one unit on the ticket. Right now, it's going to give us our warning up here, not enough quantity, and that's telling us that we don't have any quantity on this. So when we go to close the ticket, it's going to obviously make us have to put some inventory in. So, and for those of you, I'm sure pretty much remember how to do that. Um, we can also go up here. We can look it back up. We've got a couple different ways, but the basic way, we can either do a quick insert. We can receive it in if that supplier's under BG. We won't obviously have an invoice number. So we're looking to just, if we're just putting one in just to receive it in, we can just use the invoice number of the work order for right now just to receive one unit. The other way to do that would be, and that would just save one unit and then you're good there. The other way to do that would be back in your inventory again, in your inventory search. We see BG is still highlighted here. Do a single click just to highlight it. Then we can go up to edit. And then from edit, we can do a couple different things. If we just get in our new supply, we got our ticket from the BG distributor, we can actually go in and do a proper receiving. We go in, we find our BG supplier. Let's see here. It should be under, there is Bargy Enterprises. We'd click that. Then what other invoice we have, and obviously whatever total we're receiving in, we would say okay at that point, and it would add inventory into the system. And then, like I mentioned before, then that line would be blacked out because now it's pulling out of inventory. But that would be how you can, receive some inventory in. The other thing is if you're just in a position where you're just trying to get one in, get a job done. We know sometimes, if we don't have the invoice, it got rushed. Those things happen. You can go to you don't want to do this on a regular basis, and you don't want to do this with all your inventory because it's not the right way. But if you're just trying to get like one, you can go up to a recount. You could just add one in there and then just say okay. and it's going to say recount up, and you say yes, and now it just put one in stock for us. And now we've got something in stock. So now when I save that, I go back here. Now I've got my one available. Then I can just double click here, go through the process again, saying okay, and now it'll, now see, now it's blacked out. So now when we go to close the ticket, you'll be in good shape. So hopefully I showed you how to pull inventory, pull items, also how to receive something if you need to, and that hopefully will be good for everybody to go along with there. Oh, let me get rid of that real quick, and let me go ahead and cancel our meeting. I hope that made sense to everybody. Always reach out to me if you need to, and we'll go from there. Thank you.